Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renée Patrice.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, everybody. I know you guys already see the title. First of all, let me just say this up front. There's going to be no spoilers at all. I'm not going to discuss specific things in the movie, so I'm just saying that up front. So you can absolutely listen to this. There's going to be no spoilers. I think what I'm going to try to do is maybe sometime in March, for Women's History Month, I think that I'm going to bring a panel in to discuss Black Panther and the symbolizations within the movie itself. But I don't want to do it here because I don't want to have any spoilers whatsoever, because I know people are going to be going to see it strong throughout this weekend and, in the next week or two. It's going to be pretty big. So, oh boy, I don't even know where to start. I hope I can get through this without crying. I don't know. And I apologize. I got up early this morning and I just had to talk about it. I went and I saw Black Panther yesterday. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. I really apologize. I don't have any show notes. I got nothing. I just got up and felt like I had to speak about it. So I see the movie yesterday, and the level, this is what I said to one of my family members last night. I was talking back and forth with them late last night, and what I said was the level, and they haven't seen the movie yet. The family member that I was speaking to has not seen the movie yet. They're going to see it. They're actually probably, it's 9:30 in the morning right now, but they're actually going to go see it today. They're going to a matinee showing of it today. Okay. The way I put it to them, in terms of when you speak about Black pride, I said the only thing that tops my feeling or my feelings of being a part of this amazing Black diaspora is when Obama was elected President of the United States, and the next day was our department's weekly meeting. This is my old 9-to-5 job. And we always had a meeting on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. And it was the day after the elections, the morning after the elections, and I walked into the meeting, and I was the only Black person in my department for years. And I walk into the meeting the day after the election when Obama had won. And I couldn't have smiled any bigger. I couldn't have smiled any harder that day. I felt such a pride that I hadn't felt ever. I think the only times I felt the most amazing thing, like as far as feelings, prior to that was maybe, I would say graduating from college and maybe getting married. That was the only two things that probably were bigger than that as far as the way I felt. But as far as Black pride, Obama getting elected and seeing Black Panther. And people are probably listening to this like, what? Seeing a movie? Let me tell you something. I am so impressed, not only with this cast collectively, but I am so impressed by the way they told the story. There was a lot of things that people could relate to, young and old. There was a lot of touches on social injustices. There was a lot of social media references. And I won't tell you what they are, but you will know them when you see them. Wow. It was just so well done and so well crafted. I can't find anything about it that I did not like. You know how you get that really dope, like CD of your favorite artist, and there's like maybe a song or two that they could have left out and the album would still been bomb? No, everything in this movie needed to be in there, big and small. There was nothing I think they could have even added to it to even make it any better. It was just enough, and it was right on time. That's straight music right there. Like, that's the real deal. And to go see it during Black History Month gave me even more of a sense of pride because of the significance of Black History Month. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that I'm definitely, it's no secret about me supporting my Black community and supporting Black business, and, of course, me being a female business owner and Black woman. That's something that's very important to me. It's something that my business, part of my business is about promoting Black businesses, and really keeping us at the forefront. So this was amazing. Story told was amazing. And all the right people were in the right characters to be able to play the parts to the T. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but it was very impactful to me. It is the type of movie that you come out and you're like, you know what? I got work to do. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not pushing hard enough. I got work to do. It gave you that type of empowerment feeling and push. At least for me it did. Even though I really didn't have any specific notes, I did kind of look up a few little facts and things about the actual Marvel. I'm sorry, I'm still reeling. I'm just so excited about this movie and what it's doing. But I have some Marvel facts here that I wanted to share just in case people are not, the whole thing. And let me just say this. I've never been a huge comic book fan. Not that I don't like them, but I've never been like a collector or anything of comic books. But the one thing that I absolutely love and have always loved since a kid is superhero movies. I always love superhero movies, and I love epic films of warriors and things like that. Like, that's, anybody who knows me knows that I love that stuff. So, this to me is amazing. But here are some of the Marvel comic facts. The actual character, Black Panther, was actually Marvel Comics' first Black superhero. And they debuted it in Marvel's Fantastic Four comic in the mid-'60s, I think in 1966. And that character, I believe, became a part of a member of the Avengers. So the Avengers, I think a lot of people will more remember the Avengers, and that was even a couple years later. But Black Panther, that actual character, still did not have its own comic until the late 70s, which is more what I would remember because I was born in the early 70s. So I definitely remember that happening. I believe that was 1977. I just think that the fact that they have chosen to take this particular character and really build on it is just amazing. And I think that media is slowly but surely coming around to the fact that the black dollar is very strong. We need more representation. I don't mind the comedy movies. I don't mind, it's not like we haven't had other black movies, but this movie has just taken everything by storm because it's not just a feel-good movie. It's a movie about, empowerment. It's a movie about a kingdom, and it really actually speaks to who we are as a people and our existence. I think that especially for Black Americans, we get caught up in our history and the history of this country as if our history started with slavery, and that is so not the case. I mean, we should know this, but we tend to get so caught up with that and stuck in the civil rights movement and all of that struggle that we don't even really go back further into us being the literal mother of civilization, period. You know what I mean? Like, we don't go back to that. And the fact that we come from kingdoms ourselves. And nobody really likes to talk about that. Nobody really likes to elaborate on that. And when you do, it seems as if you're being anti-everybody else. And that's just not the case. You want to feel amazing about where you come from, and you want to feel, even though some of the things may not even be positive, you can't change all of that. But you want to feel like you have some footing out there in the world. And I will tell you, this Black Panther movie will do it. Every child, every young person who just feels like they don't have those great role models out there, they don't feel like they have, anybody that they can really look up to like that. And yeah, we have our ball players and, we've got some of our Olympic folks or whatever. But for some reason, it's just not enough because those folks, they come and they go. You know what I mean? They come and they go. And it just doesn't always seem to have the impact, a wide impact, This movie is nationwide and worldwide with the level of impact. So it is probably I guess it would be the top film right now that is going to impact the world, has impacted the world. I believe it broke records being higher. I believe it broke records being the highest selling movie ever in the history of the UK. I don't know exactly the numbers yet. We will see for the US, but I could say this. Let me give you some numbers. 194 million 3 days. And I think to date, as of early this morning, it had sold, or they're saying that it's going to sell at least $223 million. I don't even know if that doesn't tell you that this was needed. This is what people have wanted. We see everyone dressing in their, traditional African garb from different countries of Africa. We know Africa is made up of so many different countries. The representation is needed, and it's wanted. it's been pretty desperate, something that we have needed, because people are showing you through their dollars, this is what we have been wanting for a long time, and it's amazing. The last piece that I'll say, of course, got to talk about it because I'm a black woman, so got to touch on it. The black female representation in this movie, the warriors especially, is so on point. I can't even, to talk about it more would be to put spoilers, so I'm going to end it there, but it is a must-see movie. Please take your entire family. It is rated PG-13, but take your entire family to see this movie. And then have a discussion afterwards about it and really sit your kids down and talk about it, because this is so needed, and it is going to, I believe, it is going to change the trajectory of media today. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. And I'm also excited at what's to come, because this is going to open up a lot of doors. So take your kids to see it. Hopefully you guys can get tickets in the town where you are. It's amazing. It is amazing. That's it for me. I will talk to you guys next week. Appreciate you listening in. If you want to email me at info@OnyxQueenMedia.com. If you want to follow my business, at OnyxQueen Media on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. If you want to follow my natural hair movement, at Blackberry Naturals. Talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Medicine is one of the most difficult, fast-paced, yet rewarding paths you can take. You can set out on your own and navigate the student loans, the bureaucracies, and systems that define a typical medical career. Or you can apply for the U.S. Army's Health Professions Scholarship Program and launch yourself into a medical career like no other. Your tuition will be completely covered, and when you graduate med school, you'll learn from and work with some of the most elite minds in medicine. That's the Army difference. Learn more and apply today at goarmy.com/HPSP.